Do it. Hey guys, Jeff here. I am online with Brent Gove, the man, the myth, the legend, Brent Gove, out there in California. Man, how you doing? Good?
Doing great. Thanks, Jeff.
Rocking and rolling. You're in Sacramento, yeah?
Yeah, Roseville, a little suburb of Sacramento, right up against the Sierra Nevada mountains. Beautiful.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I appreciate you getting on here. I know you're a busy guy. There's a lot going on with eXp right now. Yeah,
Oh man, this downturn is an uptick. I'm just like,
I
it's
hear you.
crazy.
I hear you. Well, I appreciate your time. Can you, I want to get you on here, Brent. Just, I know I see you doing interviews with all these people. I know you've been in real estate for a long, long time. Would you mind just sharing, just, a couple minutes, just share like just a little bit of your story? We haven't heard that in forever. And I know there's a ton of people out there, especially right here in Colorado Springs. I mean, these people, Brent Gove, what's the Brent Gove story? Give us a Reader's Digest version of what's
I'm gonna
going
have
on.
fun. And ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I was born in San Diego, Southern California. I never tell people that. Grew up in a small town called Chula Vista, 1966,
Okay.
and had the Leave It to Beaver Brady Bunch, happy days. That's pretty fortunate. Mom, dad, older brother, younger sister, had a great childhood. Moved to Sacramento in 76 and been here for a long time. Got in real estate in 96, been doing this 24 years.
Okay.
And then I spent my first 12 years at Remax, and then 8 years at Keller Williams. Loved both companies, had a really positive experience at both companies. But especially Keller Williams, honestly, I was going to retire there, never going to leave it on the love boat. It's awesome. And then and that never changed. It's still a great company by all means. But
Sure.
I saw the eXp model, Jeff, and it just made sense. If you do the math, if you look at the model, stop listening to your regional manager, your OP, your team leader. They don't want you to leave. And your manager at Coldwell Banker, your manager at Remax, if you're leaving Sotheby's for Christie's, they're going to tell you why it's a mistake. If you're leaving Remax for Coldwell Banker, the Remax management team is going to tell you why it's a mistake.
Sure.
If you're leaving Keller Williams for Berkshire Hathaway, the team leader is going to tell you why it's a mistake. It doesn't matter what brokerage you're going to. It's all a bad idea because you're leaving the team, the Coldwell Banker, the Century 21, the whatever team you're on, right?
Right.
So don't be surprised by that. But yeah, I came to eXp 3 years, 5 months ago, changed my life. There's like Jesus and joining eXp. I would not even say that about Remax and Keller Williams. And so it was truly life-changing, and the rest is history. It's
and you
everyone said it wouldn't work, and now they just say I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So I went from it would never work till I'm lucky.
Yeah, and you were a big agent. I mean, you've been a big agent for a long, long time. I mean, at Remax, you were like in the top, way up there, weren't you? Like with Remax, way back.
Yes, I did. I had a good career with Remax. I was number 2 in volume in California, number 1 in transaction count. So in 2004 or 5, I sold more homes than anyone in the entire state. At the time, there were 10,000 Remax agents in California alone. Wow. 128,000 in the world. That put me number 11 worldwide for Remax. So California is a great state to outsell everybody. Yeah. You're going to sell more homes than everyone in your brokerage. You want to do it in California. Yeah. So needless to say, that was an exciting year. I made almost $4 million in real estate commissions in 1 year. So that was pretty cool.
Wow. And then Remax or Keller Williams, and you were a team leader, right? At Keller Williams, right?
Yeah, I had a team there, and I was a team leader in Roseville. And at the time, we built it up to around 500 plus agents, and we actually became number 1 in profit in the whole country. We made more money than the Austin, Texas Keller Williams that year, 2009. I believe it was number 1 in profitability of all Keller Williams franchises, and I was the team leader. Got to run it. Don Yoakum built it, so props out to Don Yoakum and Maureen Barker. She also they handed off a well-oiled machine, so I will not take all the credit. I certainly did my little part, and it was a blast.
Very cool. And you've been here now, you said 3 years and how many months?
3 years, 5 months. And how many we can say in 3 days and 27 minutes and 32 seconds. It has been that powerful.
Sure. Definitely. And now, can you just, we're recording this, let's see, April 7th is the date here. So, just for when I post this up, but obviously a lot going on right now. Everything is, just flipped all over its head right now. We just got the shutdown here, yesterday in terms of like We
It's
can't
no
show
big deal.
homes.
We've been at it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we can't
It's
show homes. We can't inspect homes. We can't do anything right now. Whatever.
You'll
And
sell
so,
homes like crazy. It's easy. I can teach you how to get through that. We're fine. We've been doing that for 3 weeks in California.
for sure. What would you say to like coming from like a broker owner standpoint? Let me just say that because I've got a lot of friends. I've been doing this for 18 years myself, and and I had the number one Keller Williams team in town here for several years. My wife and I and a couple of agents. I mean, we sold a lot of homes back in the day too. But we've done a lot of things. But like the broker owners right now, what do you think's going through their head right now?
Oh my gosh,
Especially
they're
these
panicking.
independents and stuff. I mean,
A friend of mine is a team leader of a Keller Williams somewhere in America. I will protect him. He said to me he just signed in October a 10-year renewal of their lease. And I don't want to rat him out, so I won't say the amount.
Sure.
But we'll just say it's between $45,000 and $65,000 a month for 10 years. So they have this giant office that sits empty right now.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine, but you're still making payments on those copiers, scanners, big screen TVs, all the furnitures, all the TIs, the commercial leases. They're freaking out, and their agents are looking elsewhere, and they're calling us. We just had 6,000 join us. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the news today, Redfin. You saw that. Probably.
I didn't get the news today. What happened with Redfin? I'm not aware.
They laid off 41% of their agents. That happened.
Wow.
Yeah. And so there's all kinds of, chaos there. Of course, whole different model over there. But
people ask, how are you guys doing compared to Redfin? We grew the size of Redfin this year. We actually grew a Redfin. so we blew by Compass like they were standing still, like they were, I'm so grateful, but I mean, really, we're going to lap Compass this year, completely lap them. And Compass is considered the company. And what they do is they go, here's $100,000, join us. Yeah. Here's $200,000, join us. They're just buying their way in. Their value proposition is, we will write you a check. Coldwell Banker's been copying that. We will write you a check. And if that's your business plan, if your model is so unattractive that the only way you can get people to join you is by writing a check for 100, 2, 3. No, we have other stuff. If they hadn't been writing the checks, those agents would not be there. Yeah. They'll justify it and say, no, we have this concierge, we have this, we have that. Bull. If they hadn't have written the check, you wouldn't be there. At eXp, I haven't written anybody. We don't do that at eXp, and we are booming.
For sure. Who shared eXp with you? Who was it?
Sheila Fairsaron. She's a friend of mine from Hosprat Seminars, and thank God she called me. And out of Dallas, Texas, she now is retired, living in the Caribbean, making crazy large income. And there's
what was
very little federal income tax. I think it's 4% out there.
Yeah. When you first took a look at this, what was, because I know you were, things are flying high. You got your team. You're over there at Keller Williams. You're doing big things. I mean, was it kind of like, oh, go away? Or was it like, well, I'll look, but but I'm not going anywhere. I mean, for me, I look at it, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere, but I'll take it. Yeah. I'm always open to looking, but I'm perfectly happy where I'm at.
Yeah. I'm always polite, professional, and to look at whatever people have, to the point where James, my COO, Chief Operating Officer, we had an 18-agent team, and I hired him to, watch the bottom line. The year he joined me, my net income grew 4 times. So he made a huge impact on me, but he's the Excel spreadsheet. I'm big picture. He gets down to a micro level. He's the yin to my yang, so to speak, salt and pepper, etc. So he's always getting mad at me for, go, get off the phone. Quit talking to that telemarketer. Quit talking to that guy. We got to list 2 or 3 homes a day. Let's go. Listings. This is what we do. And I agreed with him at the time. And we had a minimum standard of 7 listing appointments a week, minimum, and I didn't work weekends. And that was just a minimum standard. If we could do 10, 14, 18 listing appointments a week, great, rock and roll. That's what we did. That's what you did, right? By the way, how much do you get paid for that today?
Close your eyes. Nothing.
What do I get paid for all that today? Nothing. We were highly paid sales hotshots. Yeah. And so I remember Sheila called me up and said, hey, there's a new model in real estate. It's going to go. It's going to be huge. Would you look at it? I'm like, sure. She was polite, professional. I was polite and professional. And make a long story short, I watched the webinar, blew my socks off me. I just watched it to be polite. I mean, there was no possible way it could hold a candle to Keller Williams. And I was right. It wasn't a candle. It was a blowtorch. It was a twin turbo V12, bad boy. I mean, there was no comparison. And but I didn't listen to the team leader, the regional owner, the OPs, all the people. Oh no, it's a terrible idea. They couldn't see the forest through the trees. They were so embedded in Coldwell Banker, Remax, Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway, Southern. They just missed it, and they were owned. If you own a franchise, it owns you. You can't get out. You can try to sell it. No one wants to buy it. You got to write a check. Checked off, and the check is often like 200,000, $250,000, 400,000 to get out. So you're trapped. So you can't admit eXp is awesome because you can't do eXp because you're shackled. You actually don't ever buy a franchise. They own you. You cannot do what you want to do. That's why you buy a Taco Bell. Your Taco Bell is going to be like the one in Dallas, going to be like the one in Florida. If you like losing all your freedom, buy a franchise. And so I thank God I didn't buy a franchise. I thank heavens I didn't listen to the people who told me eXp would never work. And then 6 months later, I'm making $25,000 a month revenue share. 13 months later, from starting $55,000 a month revenue share. And my second year, like 1.2, 1.3 million revenue share. My third year, $3.5 million a year outside of real estate sales revenue share. I thank heavens I didn't listen to well-meaning people. They were sincere, Jeff.
Yeah.
They were sincere, but ready for this? They were sincerely wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
And have you ever been sincerely wrong? I have. And they're good people. They've been, but they didn't want me to leave the team. If you play for the Boston Red Sox, you don't go to the New York Yankees. And if you are a New York Yankee, you don't go to the Boston Red Sox. You just don't do that. And this is what real estate cut is. It's like, we're Remax and we're proud. We're Keller Williams and we're proud. We're Sotheby's or Christie's and we are, I get that. But man, don't miss this. Look at the numbers. Look at the math. In fact, if you're watching this interview, I want you to go to a website that goes over the math. Watch it, take notes. It's 34 minutes long. It's a complete eXp benefits webinar. And we now have healthcare for the agents. I mean, it's unbelievable what they're doing. Retirement strategies, stock awards, revenue sharing, leads, training. We had 147 classes in the world last week. All the brokerage across America shut down. There were no classes. We had 147. We've been rocking like this for 10 years. So that website you can check out is called themodelexplained.com. Themodelexplained.com. And then get back to the person who had you watch this and talk to them. If it's Jeff, call Jeff. If somebody else had you watch this, call them and say, tell me more about eXp. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the idea of, let's say this represents your brokerage. And I want you to shelf it. Put it on, like Jeff has those bookshelves behind him. Put it on the shelf. Put the idea of leaving your brokerage, of leaving Coldwell Banker or Remax or Berkshire Hathaway. Put it on the shelf. You're not going to leave your brokerage. You're just going to stay in curiosity about the model. You're going to actually educate yourself on the model. And then if you don't want to do eXp, fine. But I'm telling you what, the #1 stars from top brokerages around the nation are flocking to our company. We'll have 400,000 agents in the next 7 years. There are 370,000 coming. You're not too late. You're at the beginning of a movement. This is not a company. This is a movement.
Yeah.
We help buyers buy. We help sellers sell. We are a real estate company. We share revenues and stock awards back to our agents to help us build the company. If you've got a problem with that, I can't help you. If I send people to Coldwell Banker or Remax and they want to give me stock in their company and share revenues with me of the people I sent, Remax and Coldwell Banker, I think they should. But they don't because they can't, because they're on the thin razor's edge of making it or not making it. They have so much overhead. Who's booming? Cloud-based companies. So that's my little 2 cents there.
And it's amazing what's happening over here. I've been here 2 years, 2 years and a month, and it's been unbelievable. You know, it's got me excited.
So you're glad you made the change.
Oh my goodness, it's got me excited about real estate again. You know, I mean, there's a burnout factor here. You know, and I hit that. You know, some years ago. I will say this. Let me just share one other thing. You know, because about my wife and I, we were able to build another business that paid us residually. And, you know, you don't understand the value. You know, there's a saying out there, you know, if you understood the value of residual income, you'd run through a brick wall to get it, you know, and I think people don't get that. I mean, right now, I guarantee you there's a lot of people wishing they had it and they don't, you know, and like, you know, I got diagnosed 5 years ago, I got diagnosed with prostate cancer. Now we caught it early. Everything's good. Clean bill of health. But for about 6 months, you know, like I had no closings, but we didn't have to. You know, the financial stress wasn't there because the bills were paid. because of
Nice.
other income we had coming in, rental property and some other stuff that, and again, residually we were set, we were covered. We didn't have to be out there hustling. And I know right now there's a lot of agents out there living deal to deal and check to check, and they're not sleeping at night. I mean, and it just, so that's the beauty of this. It's like, there's just multiple streams of income for doing what we've been doing for years. It's just, it's such a win. It's such a win.
Absolutely. If people are watching this, I want to invite you out to Dallas, Texas, August 26th, 27th, and 28th. We're doing a big, huge leadership event at the Gaylord Resort in Dallas. Phenomenal 4/5-star resort, wrap around 18 cold golf courses out there, the Cowboy Club golf course. Phenomenal. You will love this. And we have Tony Robbins. I reached out to Tony Robbins. Of course, he charged me $250,000 to talk for 3 hours. Then I have to pay $100,000 for his jet, his pilots, his security team. So for 3 hours, it's $350,000. So I hope you guys enjoy this. But 2 years ago, I did my first event, me and 3 buddies golfing in Scottsdale. People heard about it. 78 people flew in to golf, play, swim, a couple hours of masterminding every afternoon. The next year, we had 400 fly in. Last August, we had 1,200 flying to Las Vegas at the Red Rock. Were you there, Jeff?
I was there. Let me say something.
Cool.
I was at the Red Rock in October of 2018.
Yeah.
You did one there, and that's when the switch flipped for me. I had not done much reaching out to other agents. It was all about the real estate. And I'm there for these 2 days and hearing the stories and meeting the people. And I was just like, I came home. My wife's like, how was the conference? I'm like, we need to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, we're both licensed. I'm like, honey, if you can handle our deals, I'll jump in where I need to, but I'm going to go out and I got to share this because I love sharing this with agents. Not yes, we make money with that, but I see what it does for the agents. I'm passionate about helping these agents get off the hamster wheel and, get something. I mean, we were doing 200 deals a year. Where am I at every January? 0, right back, starting it all over again. And there's no end to that.
Wow.
And to be able to help these agents, find a way, at least have options 3 to 5 years from now because of this model. I'm passionate about showing agents that, and I get flack for it sometimes and everything else. People are like, oh my God, that's that thing Jeff's doing. Like what? I'm like, okay, that's fine. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like, I'm good. Like,
Oh, I got flack for it. They're like, oh, it's crazy. It'll never work. And then I did it. Like, well, you're lucky. You're special. I found the harder I work, the more special I am. Yeah. Isn't that true in life? Hey, but for people watching, come out this August. Ask the person who gave this to you. August 26th, 27th, and 28th, 3 days, including Tony Robbins. It's $197. That is a bargain for 3 days. The rooms are $189 a night. They're beautiful, including the $30 resort fee. So it's very affordable. And we believe it'll be the first big event after the pandemic. We're in this for April, May, hopefully coming out in May, June, maybe July at the latest. So this is the end of August. Get your airfare now. It's like $70 anywhere in the country into Dallas, super cheap. If it doesn't happen, you can always use your airfare at a later date, so you're not out the money. But I would register for that event right now in Dallas at the Gaylord. Just ask people, they'll get you an invitation. It's going to sell out. I expect it a month ahead of time to be completely sold out. Yeah. I mean, 3 days, learn about eXp, come meet everybody. Hear Tony Robbins on the 3rd day for 3 hours. People told me he'll probably go an hour or 2 extra. Probably get him for 4 or 5 hours. All that for $197. Don't miss it. Life-changing. We have 4,000 people coming this year. And then I'll start with me and Stroop and 2 of our buddies, 4 of us, from 4 to 4,000, and Tony Robbins flying in his G4. This is a movement. It's not just a business. Yeah. And people, you've drinking the Kool-Aid. Yep, it's totally awesome. You should drink some too. We love it. It's great. My team, I have 24 agents. They sell real estate like crazy. I don't do anymore. I'm doing what Coldwell Banker did 100 years ago. I'm building a company.
Yeah. And how big, can I just ask, how big is your organization with this right now? Where are you at with this?
Well, I enrolled 40 agents over an 8-month period 3.5 years ago. Okay. And today that turned into thousands. And as they told their colleagues and friends, who told their colleagues and friends, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And I'm not even done. Yeah. It's just been incredible. We're in 4 countries around the world, all 50 states, every province of Canada, Australia, the UK. All my agents are there. I'm so glad I was able to do this. And you guys, this is the beginning. We're pioneering this company together. don't be upset with eXp. eXp was built by agents for agents. This is for you. You should, and again, take the idea of leaving your brokerage, put it on the shelf, learn about eXp. Either it's going to pass the mustard test or you're going to find the fly in the ointment. But check it out, check it out, check it out. You know, it's awesome. I love the company. What can I say? You do too, Jeff.
Absolutely. Got my shirt on, so I'm good.
I need one of those. I got a golf shirt on here from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I got to work on my eXp branding here.
2 months ago, we got. I'm looking forward to doing that again too. I wish I was there right now.
We're in Puerto Rico this year. We're going to be in the Caribbean this year in February.
Very cool. Well, can't wait. So, Brent, thank you very much. I totally appreciate your time. I know you're super busy sharing this with everybody all over the world, but you know, couldn't be more honored to have you on here. Appreciate it. So. Okay.
Awesome to be here, and I'm excited over the next 10 years to watch this company go to 40 countries worldwide and 1 million agents. You watch. Yeah. Jeff, thank you. Pleasure to be on.
Thank you, Brent. Okay, guys, have a good day. Thanks.